Alright folks, welcome to another league with Simic Gifts. Second league of the day with this deck, which is absolutely delightful. The approach of using Primeval Titan within the context of control decks is not something new per se, but Gifts is kind of sick. I wonder if we could find room for like an Eternal Witness or something. That'd be kind of great. Get Prime Time, Witness, Summoner's Pact. Also, I kind of want a Snapcaster Summoner's Pact. Can I, maybe I can put like one Snapcaster in the deck. Our Promise is an interesting addition. Yeah, for sure. Like, that, it's just, there's a bunch of one-offs just to enable gift spiles, right? Because like you can go Prime Time, Our Promise, Summoner's Pact, fetch land for Mystic Sanctuary. And now your opponent pretty much cannot avoid its fate, you know? The first league was fine. It was just weird, right? Like, we got paired against Shadow, 3 different flavors of Shadow, and Hammer Time twice. One white-black Hammer Time, and then one mono-white Hammer Time. So, not particularly representative of the modern metagame. We have had a couple of hands like that one where you're like, what am I doing with my life? But I'm going to have to play this eventually, so I might as well do it right now. Windswept Heath could kind of be anything. No need to press shirts in 2020. That's kind of true, actually. So it's just Heliod? No. Green Wet Reclaimer. Alright. We have to establish who is the superior Titan deck here. It's them. Actually, it's just them. So this just requires human interaction. Human interaction requires decent appearance. Even if I were a mask, I still have... Yeah. Makes sense. Can we have like a remand or something like that? That would be great. Please and thank you. Please and... I said please and thank you, deck. Come on. Leading a new row because we might find the Dryad. But we don't. Reclaimer too strong. I wonder if they're going for... I was going to say, I wonder if they're going for Cavern, but it seems like they're just going to YOLO this. It's probably correct for them to go for Cavern if they have another land. Yep. I mean, if we draw a Dryad, we're still in it. But we need to draw a Dryad. Yeah, they got Valakut too. Not playing Arrow Nice Fang. I guess it didn't have Death Touch, so never mind. How do we win here? Because we have to do this. Hopefully they play their Dryad pre-combat. That's how we win. Sweet, they play their Dryad pre-combat. And now we have to top deck either Prime Time or Dryad. I wonder if they get Bajukabog here to exile my Lurrus. No. Second Valakut if they have another Dryad. Ghost Squatter. They just have another Dryad. We're 1 mana short. You have to be kidding. Are we really 1 mana short? Are we really 1 fucking mana short here? We're 1 mana short, chat. We are 1 mana short. Yeah, we're dead. God damn it. There we go. We're probably going to be facing Boils. Probably still don't want negate. Sounds pretty neat. Pretty neat. Also, look at this beautiful split of basics to trigger Field of the Dead. Look at this beautiful split. Turn 1 Reclaimer. Broken. This one's also kind of broken. Wow. My opponent is just the luckiest human being. So we're gonna let the flagstones resolve, and now before this, we're going to gusto here. The reason for that is that they can't decline the shuffle with Reclaimer. They can't decline the shuffle with the flagstones. It also gives them less info. Damn it, punished. But also not punished because my opponent got this instead of Valakut. Good. Gonna go squatter here because it buys me the most amount of time. Like, we're ahead on cards. We just have to not die to something randomly. Prime time. Prime time. I think I'm gonna counter draw before. It uses my mana better, and it means that my opponent can't just top deck their own cavern. Loam for Ghost Squatter is interesting. I like that. I like that. Don't think we're loaming here. Does it? If my opponent has a Titan, do I die? I think we have to Titan here. And you have to hope to dodge here. They might have like call into Titan, which would suck, but we're gonna do Titan plus Misty. Reason for this is now on upkeep we can get back our Cryptic. Fingers crossed. No Primeval Titan. Easy. There's no way they don't have Boil. They 100% have Boil. Sure. Skip this hand. We're soft to an early Reclaimer, but I think that we're always going to be soft to an early Reclaimer. At least don't have a Flagstone opponent. Let's just like be reasonable, okay? All right. At least we dodge one there. Yeah, my opponent's a good Reclaimer player. They always have the turn 1 Reclaimer. an island. Growth spiral. Land. That's pretty sick. This means I don't need to use the gust here. That is pretty sick. Menelik and Remand used to be playable in Modern, now they are everywhere. Is it because of Uro? Yeah. It is very good to remand your opponent's Uro. It is very good to remand your opponent's Uro. Bog. Guess you're scared of my Uro? Okay. Hello there. Hello there. Oh, that's right, they have boil. Almost forgot there for a second. Explore. Field and fetch land. So now next turn. We have Gust. Is that worth? I don't know when that's gonna change, which is my problem. What are we doing here? I'm definitely playing the Vesuva, but just gonna copy my opponent's Temple Garden, I think. The ugliest possible art. Ugh. So I'm just gonna Gust here, and then I'm gonna resolve my Titan. That means that we are ahead on board, and unless they naturally drew the put it on top of the library. I was gonna say unless they naturally drew the Valakut, which they did. Fuck. Damn it. So I'm gonna do the same thing now. They're drawing a Dryad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're drawing a Dryad. So which means that this prime time, and then we're gonna have Gust for their stuff. So let's get Ghost Quarter and another field. And now they can draw their Dryad, but they could have a fetch land exactly to kill my prime time. So that would be the worst case scenario for us. Oh, they have their own hour. That is insane. I can't believe that Hour of Promise is their last card in hand. I can't believe that exactly Our Promise is their last card in hand. That is fucking insane. They have 1 Our Promise in their deck. Wow. I guess Our Promise was better than a Titan there. Wow. Wow. Should go and complain to whoever made Reclaimer popular. Yeah, that guy's an asshole. That guy is an asshole. Damn it. Sure. Mono ETV tap lands. Well, we just lose to Blood Moon, so we have to pass with Malik Mana here. I have to save this league for BM. I guess we actually have to counter that one as well. Well, we're gonna get kind of hosed by Blood Moon here. I guess we can pact for Dryad, I guess. And also this just fixes everything now. Sweet. Dang, Search for Tomorrow. Just like it's 2012 or something. Escape Shift. No, my auto! Bold face, let's go. Well, I'm gonna get a blue source now. And I'm just gonna copy my opponent's basic. Why are they bolting me? Because they are not thinking that they're gonna be using their bolt on anything else. So it might gonna get into Dreadmaw territory. Almost left a little bit there. My bad, my bad. I almost left a little. Why is my question? Why? Can somebody... Gigi, help me out here. Help me out here. Why are we playing Phoenix of Ass? Why are we playing Phoenix of Ass? Can somebody help me out? I am just thoroughly confused. He escapes with a +1/+1 counter. Oh, nice, nice. Okay. I mean, how can I ever beat Phoenix of Ass, right? How could I ever beat the Phoenix of Ass? Face you. I would like, if at all possible, to face you. Don't think I've ever beaten that card, yeah. Nice. My opponent's gonna... They're gonna grow their scavenging use? Oh my god! How am I... Yeah, there are so many good options, and then there's Phoenix of Ass. There are so many good options, and then the Phoenix. Right? How crazy is that? I mean, I have to leave in Bajugibog just so I can exile my opponent's Phoenix of Ash, right? It's the only way I can win. I'm cutting some drives because of Boil, by the way. In case you were wondering. Oh yeah, look at this hand. Look at this beaut. Just 2 lands away from keepable. That is correct. I'm not go squattering them. I'm still getting mooned here. We have no answers to Blood Moon, which is kind of confusing. Glory Banger. Stupid banger. I mean, if we find the blue source, like if we find an island, we're kind of still in this game, even in spite of the Blood Moon. But now there's the Phoenix of Ash! How am I ever beating that Phoenix of Ash? They're gonna pump so much mana into that Phoenix of Ash. Or not. Oh, yeah, that one kills me faster. If they hadn't played this, I would play this out, but now that they did, I'm not gonna. Just a waste of everybody's time. Oh, that's a hand. That's a freaking hand now. What are the chances that I top deck exactly Growth Spiral? 0, right? Yeah, 0% chance that I top deck Growth Spiral. 0. Actual 0% chance. Uh, For real though, how awesome was that? Let's slow down for a second. Let's slow down for a second. And let's think about what just happened. You got a blood moon, kid. Well, that's fucked up. That's pretty fucked up, right? That is pretty fucked up. No need to bleed this out, I don't think. Let's get an island. And the Field of the Dead. And this thing. Why would they tap like that? That's just horrible tapping. They can't cast another Blood Moon if they draw it. I mean, they can't cast any red cards for that matter. Yeah, that's really bad. So now we're gonna win this game. Because of my opponent's poor tapping there. Sure, you got a Relic. So your Relic can combo with your Seasoned Pyromancer and your Scavenging News. 1, 2, gust that. We're gonna make obnoxious amounts of zombies right here. We're sacrificing our Titan, so we're probably gonna block with this, this, and this. But we're gonna be making obnoxious amounts of zombies. Put BM on top. Oh, never mind. We have Tularia plus Simic Growth. Chat, I totally forgot that we have Tularia plus Simic Growth in this deck. Let's fucking go. Remember about Tularia plus Simic Growth Chamber? This is a very powerful interaction. That is enabled. That one, and that one. There we go. Good job, opponent. Now they're gonna get to eat the prime time and some other nonsense. And now we do blue, green, transmute for must summon respect. You have to cycle Relic here. They're so far behind and they know what they're drawing, so yeah, this is just wrong. At least you have to eat your own dudes. Yeah, this just makes no sense to me. I think my opponent kind of played this game a little bit poorly. I guess the last card in hand could be Veil of Summer. But even if that's the case, that's not the end of the world. Like, we're still kind of okay. You ate my gust. They hope they don't play Veil in their BBE deck. You'd be surprised, GG. So this is not a lethal attack, right? Even if I get 2 more zombies, I'm gonna save this fetch land for nice. Going to attack first, and my opponent will just block one of these. And then I can safely dismember the Scavenging Ooze because it's gonna have 2 damage in it. And even if they eat 2 more dudes, it just doesn't matter. So now we do this. Get this fella. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of doesn't really matter what we tap. Yeah, my opponent's sequencing is just going out the window. My opponent's sequencing is kind of going out the window. Nothing really matters. Everyone can see. Yeah, Hellboy, there you go. You get the explanation right there. Would have 100% lost if they left up red mana for Phoenix draw. They couldn't have cast a Phoenix anyway. They only had 1 red mana. I think I would have lost that game if they didn't have Phoenix in their deck, you know, and had good cards instead. Jolie 20, think about the follow. Phoenix of ass, indeed. Out of all the Phoenixes out there, what's the gifts package? Well, interesting question, because the whole point of the card, Gifts and Given, nowadays you see Gifts is used by Storm in order to kill you, but the whole point of Gifts and Given is that it just gives you the out and the package the package depends 100% on the situation you're in. It depends on the amount of mana that you have. It depends on what your opponent's doing. It depends on what your outs are. But because of Life from the Loam, Primeval Titan, Hour of Promise, Summoner's Pact, Mystic Sanctuary, you have like a bunch of combinations that depending on what you need to get to do at any given point, you have outs to put those things together. Yeah, this hand's not great. This hand, it's kind of okay. All right, okay, bottom of Vesuva. I don't think this deck wants two Vesuvas. What I think of Hardened Scales right now, meh, it's whatever. Like, that's like the thing about Hardened Scales, like it's always whatever. So playing against Taxes. And they kept a one-lander. Gonna fetch for an island right now so we don't get owned by Arbiter. Way worse without Mox. Oh, that's what they're playing. That's a lot more scary. But at the same time, less scary too. Yeah, I mean, the deck is obviously worse without Mox. You don't need me to tell you that. But like it's just medium. Like it's always medium. Can you please play something I can remand opponent? Come on. Yes! Yes! Get remanded. Out of here. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, alright, alright. Here's my Dryad. You'd better have a Path to Exile, or this is GG's. I don't think they can set up lethal. I'm at 15 and they only have 2 attackers, so... Shacklegeist. Damn. Here we go. So if they have the big lord, am I fucked here? I guess they could have Apparition too. So I guess I'm playing around Apparition, but we cannot really beat the lord. So let's play around Apparition. Yep, there it is. So that's lethal. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's exactly lethal. So any spirit whatsoever just kills me. All right. Why not 2 Valakut there? You literally just saw what happened. If I get 2 Valakuts there, I have no way of setting up like a good attack next turn. And maybe what I should have gotten actually would have been Valakut plus Vesuva. I think that maybe Valakut plus Vesuva would have been a better pick. But if I get double Valakut and then my opponent has a Skyclave Apparition, then I basically wasted a Titan trigger for no upside whatsoever. Not where I want to be. Not where I want to be. Am I supposed to play Disputes? I feel like I'm not supposed to. They're probably better than these cards. Them our deck sucks against them. Straight up blue-white spirits. It's not one you see too often. His hand is just unfortunately slow. Speaking of unfortunately slow hands, we're gonna have to make do with this one. When it kept 7, like the luck suck they are. Is this deck busted or what? 100%. 100% busted. We have had a lot of mana troubles though. The mana in this deck is definitely greedy. Land, sweet. Could have also double growth spiral there, but lofty denial. All right. Honestly, it's kind of great that they use the lofty denial on this instead of using it on this, right? Let's play this tapped Seiko. Aven Mind Sensor is what my opponent's playing over here. Aven Mind Sensor. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue guy, thank you for the follow. Please step out for something. Yay. I'm playing the land first because if we only find one land off of this because of the mind sensor. No! 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 Not that one! Not that one! God damn it. Is this Urumani Parallel with Titan instead? Look at the title. It's playing Gifts and Given. So no. It's playing Gifts and Given, so no. Alright, we're gonna have to win through. Talk to me. Well, I guess that we can't really cast this one just yet. I guess I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna. Island and Vesuva. So 1, 2. I'm a bird I can't read. That's like the best answer I've ever gotten. We have 2, so I'm not going to play around Spellquiller. The way to play around Spellquiller would be to tap this, and tap this, so X becomes 5. But if I do that, I run into Lofty Denial. Which my opponent did have. Tap target creature. My zombie is now tapped. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. think I'm killing this Mind Sensor regardless. Because it allows me to gain life with Titan. I'm gonna wait until I appoint an attack so they don't get to play around another Supreme Phantom. And then this zombie army is gonna be lethal. Card's cute. I don't understand the idea of like tapping my dudes though. They need another Champerino. Skyclave? Nice. Nice. And now we just get to go get Radiant Fountain. Poggers. Changes, not really. Nah, not really. Look at this curve, just a beautiful curve. Sneep. No, don't turn one. Oh, they have the dude. That's fine. The dude is fine. That's the dude. Lord Shacklegeist. All right, it would be awesome to find some lands. I'm just dismembering because I need to use my mana. Like, I don't want to dismember this, but it's either dismember this or die with a dismember in my hand that I'm never gonna get to cast. Because my mana is kind of like stuck for every single turn. Lands, please. It's not lands. It's not lands. I want lands, please. Deck. I want something. Ooh. So now we get to dismember that. And that gets to dismember that one. Shit. Gonna get quelled again, which kind of sucks, but now at least we can loan back this delta. So if they have a couple of lures, we're fucked. 3 down to 4. So we can't play around anything, right? We lose to Lofty Denial. We are dead on board, so we can't play around anything. So we're just going to jam this Titan because it's the only way. Like if they're holding up Queller, at least I can play around that. But if they have Lofty Denial or Gust or something like that, we're just dead. This is still not that good, right? Like I guess that we're dead to Queller regardless because we had to fetch. Because we only have a 1 Radiant Fountain. And we're still dead to a Lord. So Valakut plus Radiant Fountain. Death to Lord. And Rattle Chains. Yeah, I guess we're dead to that one too. This is game 3. Rough. Rough. So far, my thoughts are that this is just a mistake and that the mana base is very bad. So let's try to fix that a little bit real quick. Misties. Delta. I guess we can just add a Flooded Strand. Supply 215, thank you for the follow. Okay, so that's cool. Growth Spiral is great. I want more copies of Growth Spiral. Maybe we just cut the Vesuva. Because another thing that I'm thinking is maybe something like Sagoth Triumph. Figure I might as well follow, considering I'm gonna give sub somehow. Those are the best. Keep this hand. This hand looks pretty good. I think there is a reason Blooming Titan stopped showing up in major numbers after Broco ban. I mean, that deck has nothing to do with this deck, right? Like, this is a control deck. we have counter magic in this deck. The other one was a mid-range deck. You're kind of just comparing apples and oranges. Which is fine. Comparing apples and oranges is perfectly fine, but it's not particularly productive. You're comparing like a deck with Oko and like Explore and stuff like that with a deck like with Mana Leaks and Negates. And Gifts and Given, for that matter. Oh, my opponent's playing this deck. Yeah, let's play this past the turn. Supplements are sweet, so they're pretty much the same thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Literally the exact same product. I don't think this is a good deck. Like the black-green Lurrus Rock. I don't think that's a good deck. It's basically a strictly worse version of like Grixis Shadow. Sorry, Red-Black Shadow. Oh, it's Jund. Like still. Just worse than straight up red black. Just made a grilled cheese with bacon, but I cooked the grilled cheese in the bacon grease. Nice. I think I want to negate this instead of mana leaking. Now we're gonna Ura. That's not great. You got a Ren. As long as I hit my land drops, I don't think that Ren's gonna be enough to stop what we're doing here. Did I win against Spirits? No, I didn't. Gross. Okay, so now we're gonna lose now. All it took was for us to hit all land drops, but c'est la vie sometimes. I guess I can still fight a fetch land and get back Udo next turn. So it's not the end of the world. We can growth spiral on end step. And if I find a fetch, we can still manage to get Uro back on time. But now we're actually behind. Like we're pretty much ahead up until we missed our land drop. Because primetime would have just stabilized straight up. I guess that we can find like land into land and then we just cast primetime and we just win. Because I'm pretty sure this deck does not play TBR, which would be the only way that my opponent can run away with this game. Because this guy's not gonna, it's just not gonna matter. Like, it can be made a 4/4, but I guess I would need to sink all of the mana. And that would mean like 4 plus 5, 6. So that would be 10. Okay, so I guess my opponent has lethal over 2 turns. Never mind. No, because I can get life. No, so we're good, we're good. Bounce land into Titan also wins. Yeah, basically like lands. I just need to find lands, which is what I was saying. If they were gonna do this, they should have done it before, so they could, you know, dealt 1 more damage because of the peat land. Yeah, this is just poor sequencing on their side. They missed out on a bunch of damage there. Can we punish them? Land into land, please. Alright, so now we lose. Fetch land. God damn it. Yeah, this is just lethal now. Very annoying. Kind of don't like Loam. Search for Tomorrow kind of feels like an insane card in this deck, and only playing 3 is kind of weird. So we probably want to add the 4th copy. We had a fetch land. Oh, we wanted to cut a Valakut. I guess that we added the growth spiral, never mind, so we don't want to add the 4th Search for Tomorrow. But I wanted to cut the Valakut, and I was thinking about like a Sagoth Triome. We can use Sagoth Triome as a land that taps for mana that we can cycle in the late game. becomes protect from it, it's a problem, right? It's not a problem if it doesn't kill you. And it wouldn't kill me. But then Titan goes over the top of the 6/6 mini progenitors, right? I mean, I guess it didn't kill me on the surface. Like if my opponent had a bolt in hand, then I would have just died, you know. But obviously, like what we're doing just goes over the top of a 6/6 protection from everything. Like it just doesn't do anything. Explosives against the Lurrus, like yeah, that's another thing. Like Cycloth Triumph being in the deck would allow me to be able to explosives for 3 a lot more easily, or a lot easier. There we go, a lot easier. Because like we have the one of Bojuki Bog and we have the couple of Valakuts, but with the Light from the Loam, it feels like one Valakut, it's kind of just enough. It's not like you want to naturally draw them because like your mana, they don't help your mana at all. Oh man, these draws are kind of rough. I guess I'm keeping it. It's just Gracer is so bad, right? Puts me down a card. Did I side-eye the Loam here? I think I might have, yeah, I cut the Loam. That's bad. I guess that we never would have cut the Loam. But we see how awkward the extra Vesuva is here. Like if this had been a Cycloth Triumph, that would be so much better. Fixing our mana, and even later in the game we can cycle it. Yeah, okay. If I go into game 3, I'm definitely bringing back the Loam. I wonder what the incentive for playing green in this deck is. It doesn't really seem like there's any actual incentive. Took the Dryad, so that has to mean that they have another discard spell for the gifts. Yeah, like, but the threats are kind of irrelevant, right? I think I'm gonna pitch the... I think we just pitch the prime time. Can get another one with the gifts later. That's brutal, man. That's so brutal. Okay. I guess maybe they have Boil. Maybe I should be trying to play around Boil. Probably unnecessary, actually. They know about the gifts. They know about the gifts, so we can put an Uro in the gifts pile, which is very nice, because that just gives value to all the cards that we discarded, and we have Uro mana assist already. So that's nice. We can get Uro, Hour of Promise. I guess Hour of Promise, they would just give me that. Alright. That's the most awkward draw possible, but I guess we have to do it now. Alright, so Udo. Primeval Titan. Our Promise. Summoner's Pact. So if I give them this, they're gonna give me Udo and Summoner's Pact. I guess instead of Summoner's Pact, I could give them Engineered Explosives. Or I guess if I just play, yeah, that's pretty much what it is, Daniel. I guess instead of Summoner's Pact, or instead of Our Promise, I guess I could give them Engineered Explosives. Yeah, the whole point of this is exactly that. Just like, they're going to give us the 2 worst cards, and the 2 worst cards are probably Udo and Explosives. They're definitely giving us Uro. That's the easy one. So they give us Udo and Pact. Gives this contested card here, unlike Gift Storms. Yeah, of course. Of course. That's one of the points of the deck. Why it's fun. Again, the Sua being super awkward here, making our life kind of impossible. At least they didn't find a way to grow the shadow, which is good for us. But now they kind of can't play the Kroxa, because if they play the Kroxa, they feed my Udo. They probably can't do that anyway. But not being able to trigger a field here, it's kind of a deal breaker, actually. All right, what do you got, OP? What do you got? You're making me discard? Wow, really? This is the best that you could come up with? Thank you so much. That's just best case scenario. Now we have Gust plus Udo? Yeah, that was not a very good line, I don't think. Even shocking themselves would have been better than that, I think. Okay, now that we have the extra land type, now we're fine. So we can... If my opponent plays Kroxa here... Okay, so they're gonna take my Summoner's Pact. So they take my Pact, and then If they play Croxa, I Gust it. And then Search for Tomorrow, get an island, put Mystic Sanctuary. We Mystic Sanctuary Summoner's Pack. We attack with Udo. We draw the Summoner's Pack. We cast a Titan. That's awesome. Do I have enough? I guess I'm missing one land. Never mind. Because we're using 3 mana to play the Search for Tomorrow. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the 1 that we get from the Search for Tomorrow. So just a tad short. But they cycled Peatland, so now they are 0%, right? Fatal Push. Okay. It's pretty good for them. Take a bunch of damage there. I guess that we have to do this now. Kind of awkward, but... Or is such a stupid card, man. Like, what the hell? What the hell were they thinking? What a stupid card. Makes me angry. Just makes me angry how stupid this card is. Croxa, you got it. Scorch. So we can make this Scourge pretty tiny. We can Pact for Radiant Fountain, bounce. I guess we do have the others, so yeah. So we can go for Pact for Titan. We get some zombies and Radiant Fountain. That brings us up to 11. Then we gain 3 more. I guess that if we get zombies, we can't kill the guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess getting zombies is going to be more important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just do this, I guess. I guess. Did I miscount there? Oh yeah, I did miscount because these are the same cards. I sometimes get thrown off by this like an idiot. Forgot that these are just both basic forests. We're fine here though. I don't think my opponent can win anymore. Yeah. We agree. Okay, Loam coming back. This deck stuff. This deck is making me think way too much. For growth spiral, more remains, negate leak. Got the Triumph into the picture. The Flooded Grove has been kind of nice. Yeah, sounds like absolutely perfect. This deck is beyond my wildest dreams. It really is something. I'll tell you that much. This deck really, really is something. Sounds pretty hot. I think if my opponent doesn't discard spell me on turn 1, I think I'm searching for tomorrow anyway. Just getting a hit on mana seems like priority number 1. Because if my opponent just deploys a threat instead of discarding me on 2, then we just wasted our entire turn for a Veil of Summer. Finally committed and bought my set of prime times today, thanks to your... Oh, thank you, Dingley's. That's awesome. I think it's a good card to own. I would really, really doubt if that Primeval Titan would ever get banned, so it's probably a fine card for you to own anyway. Because it's not like you have to be worried about it getting banned. Which is always a nice thing to not have to be worried about. Okay. Play the stat, say go. Basic Mountain cannot be correct in that deck. Right? Goifo. Good old 0-1 Goif. Couple of options here. We could hold up Cryptic. We can Udo into field. I think that's what I'm gonna do. One, two, three. We can't Cryptic and Tularia West on the same turn, which kind of sucks. They might boil me here. Is that a big deal? Not really. In fact, it kind of fits my Udo, which is not bad. I guess I want to main phase this because I might draw exactly another Udo or a Dryad. Or Engineered Explosive. So I guess that's enough. That's enough stuff to potentially draw. That it might be worth it. Awkward. This is my issue for with Veil of Summer against this kind of deck, right? It's just when you draw it and your opponent doesn't play into it, it's just we basically mull to 5, right? We effectively mulligan to 5, and there's nothing that we can really do about it. Oh, my opponent gave me the aggro GG's, nice. How do they know that I'm not playing 4s? Can't even cycle Veil. Alright, so what conclusions have we drawn? This card is just not good against shadow decks, because they might just have a draw where you... If those had been real cards, like if those had been like Aether Gusts or even Mana Leaks or Romance, like I think that we win that game pretty easily. But instead there were Veil of Summers that were just dead in my hand, and I could never cash in. So I don't think that playing Veil is worth it. Anything else? Yeah, well, the mana needs work. Like we are already working on that. We add another fetch land. Fetch land also goes well with Life from the Loam. So now we have what is this? 9 fetch lands. We added Sagoth Triumph instead of the second Valakut. The second Desu, I have no idea why it was here. Like it was so bad every single time. See if we can get a 2 and 3. At least get half of entry fee back, you know. Hey Edo, how's it going? Yeah, those Veil of Summers were just unplayable. This hand seems excellent against any kind of aggro deck. Okay, so we're playing against a deck that it just doesn't matter. Counterspell, please. Counterspell, please. Please, can we draw a counterspell? Please. Remand, Mana Leak, any of those. Remand, Mana Leak, any of those. Just gonna act as if I have something. My opponent doesn't care. They're like, yeah, you have nothing. They're playing Belcher. What the actual fuck? All right. What? What's my opponent doing? Dispute is just horrible, but guess we don't need those cards. Udo also sucks. Guess we're supposed to play Veil in this kind of matchup. So I guess I'd rather have Veil than Disputes. Yeah, it's just very rare that they have the Belcher in the main deck. Like, they obviously have the Belcher in the deck. I guess not even obviously, like, Sodic hasn't been playing Belcher. But people are still playing Belcher in the sideboard, but... I mean, I'm gonna keep this and then I'm just gonna lose, but... Just playing the Belcher in the main deck sounds so bad. Like, I wonder what they're cutting for it, but still, like, whatever they're cutting for it is probably just bad. I don't know. I don't know too much about Upsal spells, so I probably... Maybe it's okay. They cut White Leyline. Yeah, but I mean, like, White Leyline is there for a reason, right? There is an actual reason for White Leyline to be in the deck in the first place. So, like, if you're cutting that for Belcher, which has nothing to do with your plan. But I kept 7 again, so I don't think we're going to be able... Like, we're just going to need to draw something. Yeah, White Leyland is actually surprisingly good in the Belcher deck, or the Oops deck, or like Dredge, stuff like that. Counterspell. Counterspell. Right here. Stroke Counterspell. Manalik. Remand. I mean, I guess I'm going to at least... I'm gonna get to hard cast this Pact of Negation. It's not a great way to do it, but like, whatever. Sick. It's pretty great, actually. Thinking about buying into Green White Titan or Amulet, do you think both decks would survive a possible field ban? No. Amulet, yes. Field, not. Sword of the Meek. Interesting. So now we don't go for it. This time around, we do not go for it. When is the next BNR? No idea. Prime time, please. Fuck. Annoying. Think Field is gone too soon. Also, Amulet would still be a top deck without it. I don't think so, but it would still be playable. I wouldn't go as far as to say that it would be a top tier deck. Probably not. So I have to assume they have another one, right? we take 12 down to 7. Yeah, blocking, keeping these guys back to block doesn't make any sense. We have no card is in hand, so we're not bluffing anything. So, do you have another one? You got it if you do. Sure, you got it. Fun and interactive gameplay. Glad this deck exists in the format. Very glad this deck exists in the format. Of course, we got punished for attacking even though there was no way that we could know that. They're gonna Xaxis us now. Four Charbelchers in the deck. Seems like such a bad version of the deck. Where's the artifact, dude? I don't see the artifact, dude. Is it in their hands? It was in their hand. Okay, whatever. Yeah. We wouldn't have been able to do anything. Pretty sad, really, honestly. Like, the first league, kind of, we were doing kind of fine. We were doing some cool stuff. And the second league, like, basically everything that could have gone wrong ended up going wrong. I do think that the deck is a little bit misbuilt for sure, though. Like, I'm not going to say that the deck is built perfectly or even remotely close to that. I think these changes are going to help the mana a little bit. It was very awkward at multiple times. It is possible that I should be playing like 31 or maybe 32 lands as well. It's also possible we should be playing more like Mana League style cards. Also possible we should be playing more Gifts style cards. Although Gifts in this deck in particular, I don't think that this is a 4 Gifts kind of deck. I would probably play 3 at most because there's an actual... They actually have diminishing returns in this deck specifically, because this is not like a deterministic, like you just cast gifts and you win kind of deck. This is more of like value gifts. So with each gifts that you cast, your options just become more and more limited. So you basically want to see 1 gift, and the first gift is going to be excellent every time. In fact, I think that every time that we cast gifts and given, we actually ended up winning the game. So like, the first gift is definitely excellent, but every other gifts that you cast after that, like they become like progressively worse as you cast them. Anything else? Maybe we could play a second Valakut as the 31st land, but like Search for Tomorrow was great. Growth Spiral was also great. Gracer sucked every single time. It just sucked always. It's basically like regardless of in which decks you play it, just Gracer just always sucks. It's just a bad card. Card disadvantage. Like, it doesn't really do anything. It just sucks. It's just an awful card. Ends up getting sideboarded very, very often. As far as the sideboard goes, I feel like I want the 4th copy of Aether Gust. Maybe we can cut 1 Dismember. Veil of Summer might be good against the control decks. Like, we didn't get paired against any control decks, so maybe that's where Veil would shine. I think Tormod's Crypt is meh. Like, it is a Tormod's Crypt instead of of a Soul Guide Lantern because of what's his name, right? Because of Tolarius, but I don't know how great that is. Also, I kind of feel like I wanted to have an answer to stuff, so we could play Rex Sage. We could play Rex Sage as a one-off that we can like Pact 4 and stuff. Probably over the third explosives. Did I see the tribal birding pot? No, I didn't see it. What else? What else? The random tail sand can probably be something else too. Maybe like a Soul Guide Lantern? Maybe we don't want to go with another Mystic Sanctuary. That's the other thing that I was thinking. Just the one copy of Mystic Sanctuary. A castle could be interesting. There were a couple of situations where castle would have been relevant. Just needing one less land, it can be such a gigantic deal every now and then. Seems like it would be like a little bit too much of a cost though. So probably not worth it. Also, I kind of want to go higher on Search for Tomorrow instead of higher on Growth Spirals. Alright, so next time I play this deck, because I'm definitely going to be playing again, like, this deck seems just the kind of deck that I like. And, you know, there's just so many options, there's so many alternatives, and there's so many ways that you can go about things. And I'm also, like, I suck at playing it, so that's always an incentive. Like, I do enjoy a lot playing decks that I don't know how to play. As long as I, you know, enjoy the play patterns and whatnot, obviously. But whenever I play decks that I don't know how to play, it forces me to think outside the box, and I like doing that. So I'm definitely going to be revisiting this deck at some point because I think it's a lot of fun. But that's going to be it for today, though. Hope you enjoyed it and you had a good time with this brand new archetype. Probably not really an archetype even. It's just like a pile that it's just a lot of fun to play. But yeah, hope you had a lot of fun as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.